I became very ill in the summer of 2009. One time I needed blood transfusions because my blood level was so low. They thought I was bleeding internally, and finally they hospitalized me and did some more tests and decided that I needed to go for dialysis. I had dialysis 3 days a week, and finally I was up to 4.5 hours a day, 3 times a week. At this point, Dr. Goldberg stepped in and called Dr. Abacassis, the head of the Transplant Center at Northwestern Memorial Hospital, and I went through about 2 weeks of tests. And at the end, Dr. Abacassis and Dr. Fryer came to my bed and told me that they were going to accept me in the program because I was a spunky lady. I had my transplant on March 26, 2010. I remember the day I came home because my husband went into the hospital 2 days before I was coming home. We had someone living with us day and night for 3 months, but I was afraid if he fell, I wouldn't be able to get him up. After being so sick for so long, every little step forward I made was a victory. The first happy occasion I had after the transplant was November 28th of 2012. And that was my oldest grandson's bar mitzvah.
I want to tell you about the time I took your sample to Evanston Hospital. It was early July, and you had a very high temperature. The 4 years we've spent since then have been the happiest of my life. She is the love of my life. She's my soulmate. She's the most wonderful person. When her life was saved, my life was saved. My life would be nothing without her.
I go to the football games at Northwestern. I go out to lunch. I go shopping. I cook. I bake. And it's like having a whole new life again. And the doctors were wonderful. And Dr. Abacassis, of course, he saved my life. And I owe him everything.
And they said, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm the caregiver."
The greatest gift I received from the transplant was to have 4 more years with my wonderful husband, to see my grandchildren, to see my son happily remarried, and just to be able to wake up in the morning and be able to go about my day. It doesn't have to be anything special. It's just being alive to do it.
Tomorrow to me means a continuation of the present, the kind of life we're now leading, which I'm very fond of.
When I look at tomorrow, I think about how good these 4 years have been and what the future is going to bring. And I feel wonderful. My husband said to me recently that he thinks I have more energy than I did 10 years ago. Every day it's a new beginning for me. Every morning my husband and I hold hands. When we wake up, we've made it through another night and we have another day to look forward to. And I hope that goes on for a very long time.